Hello there, welcome back. Today we have an enhanced risk. We see a pretty cluster of some supercells that's been organized, and these have been rapidly developing throughout the past few hours now, and we have some extreme buoyancy. Really, we're seeing really mixed RK values in a few thousand joules per kilogram, around 3,000, even around 4,000 joules per kilogram, much further south. But downstream, we're seeing quite extreme buoyancy, of course, and with that, that's really gonna see some really favorable environment. This is mostly along a surface trough that's probably extending out here, or maybe even a tiny bit further north. So seems like more rapid development seems it could be possible. It's going to continue to really track off to the south and east. And we see a pretty strong northwesterly flow. Take a look at 300 millibars. We see winds around 45, 50 knots. We see 500 millibar winds around 45, 50 knots, aiding with the effective bulk wind difference, or effective shear around 50, 60 knots. So quite favorable for storm organization, of course, but it's what we've been seeing. We see several tornado warnings as well. Pretty large photographs given extreme varying with height. Take a look at 86 over 71, 87 over 71, 94 over 72, 94 over 76. So quite favorable low-level thermodynamic conditions, really, and with pretty back surface wind, 850 millibars, time out of the southwest, with out 700 millibars entirely out the west, 500 millibars out of the northwest. We're seeing some quite strong veering with height, and we're getting those large photographs. Despite being out of the northwesterly flow, we're not getting those really steep lapse rates. So, but despite that, we're still getting extreme Cape values due to those really strong low lapse rates around 8 degrees Celsius, so per kilometer. So that's not bad at all. So this is quite a messy cluster of storms right now, and it's gonna probably congeal really into an MCS. It seems that's what's been more apparent. And if we can get this loaded, okay, we're seeing quite extreme DK values, 1,000 joules, 1,400 joules per kilogram. That's gonna really promote those strong downdrafts, of course. We've already seen probably some strong those pretty strong outflow gusts, really, right within this supercell, producing some really strong gusty winds. Yeah, probably around 55, 60 miles per hour winds are possible with that. But it's quite meso aloft, it seems. This is out. Topeka's a bit closer, but looking at that, we see quite a strong meso aloft, it seems. Maybe take a look at quite hooked to it, but tornado threat is going to continue to be supported, though. So could be a tiny bit sidelobe, though. See a tiny bit some potential contamination. That's something to keep in mind. So recent mesoskill discussion from Storm Prediction Center really highlights across much of northeastern Kansas into Missouri, really some significant damaging winds are possible due to this basically developing cluster. Could really become congeal really, and even really force those favorable conditions. Quite a prone MCS is possible. with significant damaging winds and scattered, even widespread damaging winds are possible across the region, including, I think, Topeka, even going to Kansas City, the Kansas City area. So, and then after dark, once overnight, of course, it's going to weaken, and so anyways, I guess short video today, but hopefully I can get more out. I'm going to try to. I'm going to try my best to get as many out possible. Maybe another one tonight over the next few days. We'll have to see by then, but apart from that's really it, and goodbye.